Hello students. Let us discuss on Cartesian products of two sets. Let A and B be non-empty sets. Then the Cartesian product A cross B of A and B is the set of all ordered pairs AB, where A is an element in A, capital A, B is an element in the set B. That is, A cross B is written as the set of all those AB where the first element A is from the first set and the second element B is from the second set, right? So for defining A and A cross B, we need the sets A and B should be non-empty. So the term ordered means that the arrangement of A and B is important. That is, ordered pair 1 2 is not same as the ordered pair 2 1. Okay. So ordered pairs are written within first bracket. So for example, A equal to 1 2 3, B equal to xy, then A cross B is 1x. So we pair it this way: 1 goes with x and then 1 goes with y, right? Then next one is 2 goes with x, then 2 goes with y. The third one is 3 goes with x and then 3 goes with y. Okay, so that is the system. So A cross B is 1x 1y, 2x 2y, 3x 3y. Okay, if you consider B cross A, it's the other way: x goes with 1, x goes with 2, x goes with 3. Okay, so x1 x2 x3, y1 y2 y3. Okay, this is B cross A. So in general we have A cross B is not equal to B cross A, right? So A cross B can be visualized as the set of points on a plane with its elements as the coordinates. Okay, so we can visualize A cross B in this way. So if we write A on this axis, horizontal axis, B on the vertical axis, then the point 1x will be used. From the origin you come towards this 1, from 1 you move towards this x, okay, up to the same distance. So this point will be your 1x. Similarly 1y will be from here to here and then travel up to this position. So 1y is this point. Similarly 2y is this, 2x is this, 3x is this, 3y is this. Okay, so in diagram we can represent it this way. Similarly B cross A, it can be represented this way. We can also have A cross A, where the same set is taken product with itself. So this is the set A cross A, right? So this is a small exercise to think about. If A is not equal to B, can A cross B and B cross A be equal? If A and B are two sets which are unequal, so can you say that, or can A cross B and B cross A be equal? Okay, so the answer is no. And how it is no, let us try to see. The argument just follows from the concept of equality of sets that we had discussed in the earlier lectures. So two sets are equal if they have the same elements. So they are unequal if there exists an element in one set which is not there in the other, or there exists an element in the other set which is not there in the first set. Okay, so if A is not equal to B, then either there exists an element A inside capital A such that this A is not inside B, or there exists an element B inside B such that B is not inside A. Okay, but since A and B are already non-empty sets, so there exists some element X already inside A and some element Y inside B, because it is given that A and B are non-empty. We define Cartesian products for non-empty sets. Okay, so since they are non-empty, A will have some element X, that is sure, and B will have some element Y, that is also sure. Okay, now if the first case happens, that is if there exists an A inside capital A such that A is not inside B, then what can you say about this element A comma Y, ordered pair AY? So it will be an element inside A cross B. Okay, because Y is already there and A we have got by the assuming that A is not equal to B. Okay, so the element AY belongs to A cross B, but the element AY doesn't belong to B cross A. Why? because A does not belong to B. Okay, AY cannot belong to B cross A. If AY belongs to B cross A, then the first element should come from the first set. Okay, but already A is not there in B. If the second case happens, that is if there exists a B in B such that B does not belong to A, then the element Bx does not belong to B cross A. B belongs to B cross A, but the element Bx does not belong to A cross B. Why? Because the element B doesn't belong to A. Okay. So in both cases, we either get an element in A cross B that doesn't belong to B cross A, or we get an element in B cross A that doesn't belong to A cross B. So we can say that A cross B and B cross A are different. Okay. So note that we can also say A cross B equal to B cross A implies A equal to B. Okay. So this is the contrapositive of the statement. A cross B, A not equal to B implies A cross B not equal to B cross A. Okay. So in our in the classes also we had discussed this. So let us recall, because this concept is very important. Recall that the statement P implies Q is logically same as its contrapositive, not Q implies not P. Okay. If P happens, then Q will happen. This is same as saying if Q doesn't happen, then P cannot happen. Okay. So this concept is repeatedly used in many mathematical problems. Okay, and this is exactly what we have used here. A not equal to B implies A cross B not equal to B cross A. So the other way of saying the same thing is, if A cross B and B cross A are same, then A has to be equal to B. Okay. So this is the thing. So now let us try some exercises using sets. So let A equal to set of all those natural numbers which are less than or equal to 20. B equal to set of all those numbers which are of the form 3n minus 1, such that n belongs to a natural number. C is the set of all those numbers which are of the form twice n plus 1, such that n belongs to natural number. So determine the sets A cross B. So first one I have done it for you. So you make an observation that the set B equal to 3n minus 1, such that n belongs to natural number, can also be written as 3n minus 3 plus 2. Instead of minus 1, I can write minus 3 plus 2, and then we can take 3 common. So it is 3 into some natural number or integer plus 2. Okay, so it is the set of all those natural numbers which leave the remainder 2 when divided by 3. Just recall division algorithm. So any number of the form 3q plus 2 means the number when divided by 3 leaves the remainder 2. Okay. So B contains all those natural numbers which leave remainder 2 when divided by 3, and A contains all the natural numbers up to 20. Okay, so what will be A intersection B? Intersection B will be the common of this 2. So the numbers will be less than or equal to 20, and the numbers should leave remainder 2 when divided by 3. So easily we can list the elements now: 2, 5, 8, 11, 14, 17 and 20. Okay, so the first one is the remainder. The other elements are obtained just by adding 3. Keep on adding 3 to each of this, you will get the numbers successively. Okay, so A intersection B is this. You try to find out what is A intersection C. What is C? C is the set of all those twice n plus 1 such that n belongs to natural number. That means C is the collection of all odd natural numbers starting from 3. Okay, because it is twice n plus 1. So minimum value of n is 1. So 2 into 1 plus 1, that is 3. So starting from 3, all natural numbers, odd natural numbers from 3 onwards. So what will be the intersection? A intersection B. Then try A intersection B intersection C. Then try A intersection B difference C. And then you try A intersection C difference B. Okay. So all this you should be able to do it. So another exercise, show that for any two sets A and B, A difference B is same as A intersection B complement. Okay, where complement is taken relative to some universal set X. So this also you can do it yourself. Another exercise, if A, B and C are sets such that A union B is same as A union C, can you say that B equal to C? Okay, justify. So if we have expressions like this, so is it possible to remove A and conclude that B equal to C? So that you have to justify. Another exercise you can try, if A, B and C are sets such that A intersection B is equal to A intersection C, can you say that B is equal to C? So So this also you have to justify. Okay. Another exercise, let an equal to n plus 1, n plus 2. That means the set of all natural numbers starting from n onwards. Okay. So we can write it this way in say set builder form, n plus k minus 1, such that k belongs to natural number. Okay. For each n belongs to n. That means a1 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. a3 is 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. Okay. So express each of the following as ai for some I belongs to natural number. So what will be a5 intersection a8, a100 union a200. Okay. In general, what is am intersection an, where m is less than n, and what is am intersection union an in terms of where m is less than n. Okay. So you try this. Now let us do some problem regarding listing of subsets. Okay. Listing of subsets of a set. So sometimes problems in mathematics Olympiads require writing a list of elements satisfying some properties. Okay. And you have to do it very carefully. So let us try to try a few such problems of listing the subsets of a set. Okay. So let a equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So find all subsets of b of a, all subsets b of a which are of the type b equal to xy such that x plus y is less than or equal to 7. Okay. So we need to list all subsets which satisfy this property. Okay. So in this type of problem you start very sequentially. So suppose I take the first element x as 1. So keeping first element as 1, what are the elements that we can form? Okay, we will complete those elements first. Okay, so keeping first element as 1, we can take second element as 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 is less than 7. We can take second element as 3. So 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 is less than 7. 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 is less than 7. 1 plus 5 is 6. So we can take. Okay. Then start with 2. So 2, 1 already we have considered. So we need to consider from elements after 2. Okay. So 2, 3. 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 is less than 7. 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 is less than 7. 2 plus 5 is 7, which is equal to 7. So all these are there. Okay. Then you start with 4. With 3 and 4, we start with 3. So 3 plus 4 is 7. But 3 plus 4 is 3 plus 5 is 8. So 5 cannot 3 and 5 they cannot belong to our list. Our list contains all those subsets xy for which x plus y is less than or equal to 7. So 3, 5 cannot be there. 4, 5 cannot be there because 4 plus 5 is 9. Okay, which is greater than 7. Okay, so now this we have listed the subsets. Now the same question, we just change it a little bit. Find all ordered pairs x and y which satisfy x plus y less than or equal to 7. Now we are not finding out subsets, we are finding out ordered pairs. Okay, so if 1, 2 is there in the list, 2, 1 has to be there. If 1, 3 is there, 3, 1 has to be there in the list. Okay. If 1, 4 is there, 4, 1 will also be there in the list. Okay, so that way 2, 3 is there, 3, 2 is also there. 2, 4, 4, 2, 2, 5, 5, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3. Okay, these are the ordered pairs to satisfy this. Okay, so try to understand the question very carefully. Now let us try a little bit difficult problem. Find all possible 3-digit numbers whose sum of the digits is 15. Okay. So let the digits of such number be x, y and z, where z is the unit digit, y is the 10th digit, x is the 100th digit. Okay. So since it is a 3-digit number, so x will belong to 1 to up to 9. X cannot be 0. Y and z, they can be 0 also, no problem. So y and z, they belong to 0, 1 to up to 9. Okay, because they are digits, they cannot be more than 9. So we compute the following possibilities below. So it's a tedious exercise. So, but all of you should do it. Okay, you try listing it yourself. You start with x equal to 1. So if you take x as 1, can y be equal to 1? If y is 1, then what will happen? X plus y is 2. But what is x plus y plus z? X plus y plus z has to be 15 because the sum of the digits has to be 15. So if x plus y is 2 and x plus y plus z is 15, then the value of z will be 13. Okay, but 13 cannot be a digit, so it's not possible. 1, if x is 1, y cannot be 2. Similarly, y cannot be 3, y cannot be 4, y can be 5. Okay, because x plus y 5, x is 1, y is 5, means x plus y is 6, so z will be 9. Okay, so 159 is possible. Then you increase the value of y, and automatically, to keep the sum is constant, to keep the sum is 5, the value of z will decrease. So we can list it this way: 177, 186, right, 195. These are the only possibilities with unit digit 1. Okay, then you try with unit digit 2. So these are the possibilities: 2, 4, 9, 2, 5, 8, 2, 6, 7, like that. Okay, try with unit digit 3, then try with unit digit 4. Every time you maintain that the sum of the digits should be 15. Okay, so you please try to list the elements on your own. There may be some mistakes in whatever I have listed. Okay, so you list it on your own and then try to compare whether you get all of these or not. Okay, so these are the list that I have prepared. So number of such numbers: with 1 in the first place is 5, with 2 in the first place is 6, with 3 in the first place is 7. Okay, that way I get a total of 69 numbers. So you try to do it yourself and see whether you get 69 numbers or not. Okay, and also try to compare these things: 1 in the first place, 2 in the first place, 3 in the first place. Okay, and there may be some mistake in whatever I have done also, so please try to verify yourself. Now let us list the same thing in a different way. We start with 0 here. So if it is 0, then this cannot be 5, the second one, it has to be 6. So 0, 6, 9, and then you take the permutation of this arrangement, all arrangement. Okay, so first two are cancelled because the first digit cannot be 0. So we get 4 numbers here. Then you go to this part. You start with x0, then increase the value of y by 1. So 7, 8, and then you cancel the first two and consider all the other permutations. So then in the next step, when you go x0, y8, but z is 7, but this case already we have considered, so we will not do it again. So it's done, I have written. Then we can shift our focus to x is 1. If x is 1, y is 5, and z is 9, then write all the possible permutations of 1, 5, 9 arrangements, all the possible arrangements. So there are 6 ways of arranging these 3 objects. So immediately you get those 6 numbers. Then 168, you arrange it. 177, these are the 3 arrangements. Okay, 186, it is already done, you can see here, so we are not doing it again. 249, right, 258, 267, 276, it is already done, so we are not considering. So 3, similarly you start with 3. So note that once you start with 3, the second one cannot be 2, because the case for 2 is already considered. Okay, so with 3 in the first place, the second place will be at least 3. Okay, so with 3 in the first place, the second place can be 4 also, and second place can be 5 also. So these are the possibilities that we have distilled. Then 3, 6, and 3, 7 is done already here. Okay, so we come with 4. So with 4, 4, 3 is not required because 3 was already considered. So we start with 4, 4, 4, 7, 4, 7, 4, 4. Okay, then 4, 5, 4, then 4, 6, 4, 6 is not required because it is already considered here. 4, 7 is similarly already considered. Okay, so 4, 8 is also considered. So we go to 5. So with 5, this is the only possibility. All 5s, this is the only possibility. Then with 5, 6, this is already done because the last one comes as 4, but 4 already we have considered, so we don't need to consider it again here because we have considered all possible permutations. Okay, so these are already done. This is done, this is done, this is done, everything else is done. So the total number of numbers now also comes out to be 69. Okay, so you try to do it using both the methods. Okay, and see whether you get this 69 or not. Okay, so right, so these are the problems that you try to solve. Okay, thank you.